All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our Carabiner Shuttle pen assembly tutorials. This is going to be the second part of this color selector here. Let me show you what it is that we're going to be doing. Okay, so we're going to be adding features to the body of this. So where we left off was we built the body of this here, and now we're going to be adding features. Maybe should have selected the green one. It's a little easier to see. Okay, so as we can see, there's a sphere at the top, a flat disc at the back, a notch cutaway, extended parts that come down to a point, a hole. And so that's what we're going to be doing to finish these up. So without further ado, let's get started. All right, so this is where we left off. We drew this T shape at the back and we extruded it. So what we're going to be doing, and this is before we do anything else, this is very important. So I want you to notice that my top level assembly is activated. This, we want our color selector. This is what we're building off of in the component that we're going to be working with. So we want to make sure that that is active and only that. You'll see that it goes out once it's selected and activated. So once it is, we're going to move ahead. We're going to create a sketch, and I'm going to choose the back face, zoom in. Okay, activate my rectangle tool. And in the corners underneath the arms of this T shape, we're going to create a rectangle. We're going to hit D to activate our dimensioning tool, and we're going to dimension that height to 0.075. Hit it and set it. We're going to finish the sketch. We're going to extrude this, and we're going to extrude this part 0.05. Hit enter and set that. We're now going to create another sketch, and we're going to choose the side this time, right here. So we're going to pan to the front. And we're going to activate our line tool. I could hit L, but I'll just activate it from here. And from this corner, the bottom corner of the overhanging ledge to the bottom corner here, I'm going to create a line, finish the sketch. And we're going to extrude this. I'm just going to start it by extruding in, so it's a join and not a cut. And what we can do to make sure that it's perfect, goes perfectly to this edge here, is we're just going to click the other side, and it's going to complete it like that. I'm going to set that. That's looking good. So now what we're going to do is we're going to create another sketch, but we're going to choose the bottom face. And what is really helpful is in the view cube, we have these arrows. We're going to orientate it this way. So this overhang is to the right. I'm going to activate my rectangle tool, and from the corner of this middle section, I'm going to go side to side, drag a rectangle out. I'm going to hit D for my dimensioning tool, and I'm going to dimension the width of this to a 0.3. I'm going to finish the sketch. Let's rotate this so we can see it. Extrude. And we're going to extrude this a 0.1. And we're also going to change the taper angle. So this is going to be a -35. And you see it comes to a point. Great. So we are going to continue creating features. We're going to create a sketch on the side. Okay, we're going to activate our line tool. We're going to go from this diagonal line, the corner, try to continue that diagonal line, and we're going to make a notch like this. Okay. So the first thing is we're going to be using our collinear constraint. We're going to select the diagonal line, and we're going to select the angled line right here. That's going to make it fully constrained and lined up. We're going to hit OK to get out of it, select our dimensioning tool, and we're going to dimension the top face of this to be 0.075. Set it, and we're going to go from top to bottom, set the height of this to a 0.1. Okay, and this is the size we want. We're going to finish our sketch, go to extrude, and we're going to select this face and just extrude out. And this will give us our cutaway, our notch. So we're now going to create another sketch on the bottom face. We're going to rotate this around. Okay, so we're looking at it this way. Activate our rectangle, go to the corner, drag it out. Okay. We're going to activate our dimensioning tool, and this width is going to be a 0.2. Going to finish the sketch. We're going to activate our extrude and select that face. This is going to be extruded and tapered the same way. So a 0.1 distance. Okay, and for the taper angle, minus 35. Okay, we're going to create another sketch on this face now. And yes, this is the way we want it. We're going to activate our center diameter circle. Somewhere in there from the center point, we'll just drag out a circle. Just get a better view. Okay, so let's dimension, or let's use a horizontal vertical constraint. We'll go to the center here, to the center of the circle. Make sure that's locked in. And we're going to dimension, let's get out of here, from the same points, 0.075. Okay, and we're going to give it a diameter of the same, 0.075. Okay, we're going to finish that. We're going to extrude this hole, and we're going to go in so it's a cut, not a join. We're going to put the distance at a negative 0.05. Set that, and we're looking good. So we're now going to create another sketch, this time on the top face. Okay. We're going to activate our rectangle tool. Go from the corner. We're going to drag out a rectangle from side to side. Okay. If we want to dimension it just to make sure. See, it should be a 0.235. Okay, so that makes it perfect. And then to dimension where it is, we're actually going to dimension it from the bottom edge of this piece to the bottom line here. So we're going to go from the bottom edge, just make sure you can see that, to the bottom of the rectangle. And we're going to dimension this to a 0.7. Finish our sketch. We're going to activate our extrude. And we want this to be at the same level as this ledge. So we're simply going to select it, and it's going to bring it as a cut. That's what we want. We're going to create a sketch on the top face again, but we want to make sure that we're orientating it this way. Okay, and what we want is we want an ellipse. So we are going to do our ellipse, and starting from the center, we can tell it's the center because of the triangle. We're going to go to the corner. I'm going to drag that out, and I'm going to make the height 0.2. Okay, and I'm just going to dimension it just to make extra sure that what we're looking at is 0.235, and it is, so that's cool. So some things I'm going to do while I'm still on the sketch is I'm going to go back to create point, and I'm going to add a point at these corners here. Okay, so we're going to go finish our sketch, create a new sketch, but this time on this ledge. Okay, so something that's going to help our drawing. is I'm going to grab my line tool, and I'm going to make this a construction line. And from this corner, I'm going to make a 90-degree line that is 0.145 tall, high. Okay, so we're now going to go to our ellipse tool. We're going to make an ellipse on this ledge here. So I'm going to follow from this point across to the center point. Zoom in to make sure it's the center point. And we're going to set this at 0.235. Okay, and once we drag it, we're going to set the height for 0.2. And I'm just going to set that, but I have made this a construction, so I'm going to select the ellipse, make sure its construction is turned off. Okay, and I'm just going to snip this line here. Okay, and all right, I'm just going to make sure that this and okay. All right, so we're just going to keep moving forward. All right, so we know that this is 235, this is 235. Okay, so we're going to add a couple more lines. So I'm going to go from this, let me get a better view. From this middle point down to, oops, we're still on construction. Let's get off that. To this point, follow it along this edge, this point, and back to here. All right. So I'm going to add dimensions to these lines to make sure that they're absolutely perfect. I'm going to hit my D. I'm going to dimension these to 0.145 from here to here, 0.145. So the width of this should be 0.235. Okay, and that's going to fully constrain everything. And it's making sure that when you're eyeing things, that it may look like it's perfect, but it's not perfect until you add the dimensions. Okay, and since everything is black now, which means that it's fully constrained, I'm going to finish the sketch. I'm going to activate my loft tool, select the bottom half of this profile, the rectangle part, the back rectangle, this side part, this part here, and then we have our back piece like that. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to create my last feature. I'm going to create a sketch on this face, rotate that around, and we're going to make another ellipse. Before I do, I'm going to hit the P button, okay, the project geometry. I'm going to outline just this piece and this piece right here because I want to reference it for an ellipse. Okay, so I am going to go to my ellipse. And from here, I can see that there's a midpoint that I can grab. So I'm going to grab that and go to the side. And I want my ellipse to snap to this, which it does. Okay, I'm going to add a line to the center. Okay, I'm going to finish my sketch. And I'm going to go to revolve. So I'm going to choose this profile, select the axis. This is going to be my axis line. And it's red because it's at cut, so we need it at join. Hit enter. This is our last feature. What I should have done is maybe I should have dimensioned the oval and added a a 0.235 dimension just to make absolutely sure. So if I can go back and redo anything, I think that would be it. Okay, so we're gonna add color to this. Before we do, I'm gonna activate our top level assembly, and I'm gonna go to as built-in join, and I'm gonna join everything together. So this is on rigid. I'm gonna join the color selector with the pen barrel, and I'm gonna hit OK, and I'm going to do the same thing for the pen barrel and the ballpoint tip, hit OK. Then I'm gonna activate my color selector assembly. So just that component is activated. I'm gonna right click on it, go to appearance, and I'm gonna add some color. So I'm gonna add green to it, okay? And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to do a file, save as, so we can save a separate file for each color. And I'm gonna call it color selector green, save. I'm gonna repeat this for each color. So I'm now going to go to appearance, red, file, save as. Okay, add some blue to it. And then finally, we're gonna add some black. Let's see, where is black? There we go. All right, file, save as. Beautiful. Okay, and that is the completion. Once I activate the top assembly and everything is here, this is the completion of our second subassembly. Congratulations. So I will see you at the next video.